Equity is one of the most important concepts in finance and accounting. The term equity is used in accounting, real estate, investing, and startup financing. Although it appears in different areas, the meaning of equity is very similar everywhere. Let's start with equity in accounting.
Assets represent what a company owns. Liabilities represent what the company owes. Equity represents the owner's share in the business.
This relationship is described by the accounting equation. Imagine a company buys a machine worth $1 million.
$800,000 comes from a bank loan.
And $200,000 comes from the owner. That is how assets are financed through liabilities and equity. When a company earns profit, equity increases. When a company loses money, equity decreases. Equity also exists in home ownership. Imagine a house worth $500,000. The homeowner still owes $400,000 to the bank. That leaves $100,000 of equity. Equity is simply what you own minus what you owe. If the mortgage decreases, equity increases. If the house value rises, equity increases. But if the value drops, equity can fall as well. In some cases, equity can even become negative. Equity is also important in investing. When investors buy company shares, they are buying equity. Some investors prefer bonds, which represent debt. Equity investors accept more risk but may earn higher returns. Equity is also crucial in startup companies. In the beginning, startups may only have an idea. Investors provide money in exchange for ownership shares. These ownership shares represent equity. The concept of equity appears in many areas of finance. In accounting, equity represents the owner's share of a business. In real estate, it is the value of your home minus the mortgage.
In investing, equity means owning shares in a company.
In startups, equity represents ownership of a growing business. The simplest way to understand equity is what you own minus what you owe. Equity can create wealth, but it also involves risk. Understanding equity is essential for learning finance and business. Follow FinCorp 360 for simple accounting and finance lessons.